In this adventure, I'm heading back into the heart of one of New South Wales' most mysterious mountain range, camping on an incredible cliffside with a killer sunset, cooking proper food and enjoying the view, exploring the pine forest of Barrington Tops, and taking on the challenge of Nundle's infamous 20 Creeks, the rocky water crossings. I'll be riding in a 35-degree heat, riding through pouring rain, all in the hope of finally meeting up with my riding buddies. Will I make through those creeks, or will I end up stranded with no one to call for backup? When I left this morning, everything felt dark and gloomy. After 30 kilometers of boring highway, I finally broke free into the rolling hills of rural New South Wales. But by the time I got off the main road, it was already 5 PM. With the clock ticking, I have to head straight for my secret camp. State Forest of the Barrington Tops by Dingle Gate. I'm only 15k away from my campground. Hopefully, there will still be some spot left for me. There were some amazing curves on the way up to the Barrington Top, but to my surprise, where was the dirt road? Last time I was here, it was still dirt. They must be recently sealed this section. Amazing view. Barrington Top is the highest region on the Australian mainland outside of the snowy mountains. It's a massive area to explore. It's big enough to lose yourself in forever. This place have a dark reputation for swallowing plants and people without a trace. In 1981, a small aircraft flew into bad weather and crashed here with 5 people on board. The crash site was never been found. 40 years later, and despite countless searches, the mountain still hasn't given up its secret. Spooky story aside, it's hard to ignore how beautiful this place is. It's a land for extremes, and also my home for the night. I stopped at an open clearing, overlooking the rolling hills in the distance. I can hear someone's coming. Finally, travel began. The local council has clearly put effort into improving this road. But for us ATV rider, it's a bit of a shame there's one less scenic dirt playground to explore. I kept climbing the mountain. Elevation climbed past 1500 meters, and the temperature dropped fast. Wow. I should be close to the campground by now, if I could find the entrance. Okay, now the cliff is on the right side. This secret campsite sat deeply inside of the state forest, known for its unique location and breathtaking views. But with so many unknowns in the air, is this trail going to be more than I or my bike can handle? And if it didn't work out, would I even have enough daylight left to find a backup camp? That's probably it. Turns out, the trail to the secret campground wasn't hidden at all. It sat right next to the dingle gate, but getting in wasn't simple, especially on a fully loaded bike.
Taking the chicken route. Yeah, so much for the chicken route.
Deep ruts run through the trail with a lot of rock and tree branches. I just hope the weather holds. One heavy downpour could turn this trail into a greasy mud trap.
This is a difficult one.
The downhill was definitely steeper than it looked.
Okay.
I did hesitate, but then I went down anyway.
Now, where I'm gonna set up my camp. Obviously, all good spot is already taken.
The campsite had far more people than I expected. So much for secrecy.
Yeah, I'll just stop here for now.
But this place is popular for a reason. You rarely find a campsite with a view like this. This clearing sits on the ridgeline, facing north, a wide open grass plateau, and with almost no tree to block the view. Nature basically designed this ridge to be the ultimate sunset lookout. I could see mountains fade into a soft blue haze. Even under cloudy skies, golden light washed over the peaks. I thought that was the view of the day, but the mountain was just getting started. The sun was setting fast. I need to find a spot and pitch my tent. Setting up tent in the calm weather was much easier, but I could feel the wind is picking up. There were no trees around for shelter, so I need to make sure the tent was properly secured. While I was busy setting up camp, sky got darker, and I almost missed out the best show of the day. Where it started with a golden sky, it exploded to a bright red, before settled into a perfect blue-hour glow. Wow, how good is that? I was supposed to be setting up my camp, but the view just amazing. I still have a little bit of daylight left. I'm gonna finish up with my tent. It's getting really cold right now. I'm so glad I bring my puffer jacket. This is getting very cold very fast. I'm gonna wake up to an awesome view tomorrow morning. Got myself a new chair. This one is ultra lightweight. For tonight, I skipped the usual instant ramen and the freeze-dried food. I want to cook a proper dinner. I'll start with some steamed rice with Chinese sausage, along with a marinated pork steak for protein. While waiting on the rice to be cooked, I started on the entree. Wow, the wind is really picking up now.
good enough.
Now the rice was ready, mixed with soy sauce. But here comes the tip. Always take the pot off the stove before mixing, or you will end up like this.
Oh no, oh come on. Okay, at least I'm not.
3-second rules, right?
Not losing too much. Alright, perfectly cooked. Some seasoned tofu. Alright, bon appetit.
I really felt the temperature dropped. The wind chill also made it difficult to sit outside. Luckily, a nearby camper kindly invited me to share their campfire. Exactly what I need on a cold night like this. This is Cameron, Lee, and Chelsea. And they are riders too. It was such a good time to talk with others about bikes and adventure trips over a campfire. It got late, and I was completely exhausted, so I headed back to my tent, and there were still few chores to finish. It was too late to use the loud compressor pump, so I used the inflation sack instead, which took forever to inflate this. It's already midnight, and I'm pretty tired. The wind is still howling outside. I'm not sure if you can hear. Inside, nice and cozy. Tomorrow gonna be a long day. Gonna meet up with guys. I think I'll just pass out, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. The next morning surprised me. Clear blue skies, not a breath of wind. And I was right. This is an incredible view to wake up to. Looking out from my tent, this might be one of the best campsites I've ever stayed at. The forest was waking up too. Birds chirped in the distance, and the sun slowly rose above the tree line, lit up the view of the valley. Time for some coffee. With a strong black coffee to kickstart the morning, I started to think about the plan for the day. The weather is clearing up nicely. I am packing up my tent now before it's getting too hot. I've run out of gas canister, run out of water, and I'm slightly worried about my fuel, so I need to figure out a plan. I'd meet my mates around lunchtime, and together we will take the Nundle 20 Creek crossing in the afternoon. But there were issues. I was running low on supplies, and the forecast showed a storm is moving in. We have some big decision to make later on.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for inviting me to your fire.
Yeah, that's all good. That's what it's all about.
After packing and gearing up under the full sun, I was overheating, desperate to cool down and get moving. Now, I just need to make it up to that rocky hill without embarrassing myself in front of an audience. Well, the hill was easier than expected. Credit to the 450MT. The chassis and suspension give me so much confidence. But that uphill was only the beginning. Trail didn't get any easier. I carefully picked my line through rocks and deep rocks. The bike felt much more smoother after the ECU tune. The throttle response is buttery smooth now, which is exactly what you need when navigating steep rocky drops.
Okay.
I was back at the Dingle Gate. Next stop, Barrington Tops National Park.
State Forest of the Barrington Tops.
The road was in great condition. With a ride like this, you can really pick up the speed. I followed the forest road and checked out on more lookouts. Barrington Tops connects Scone and Gloucester with endless roads and trails worth exploring for days. For me, this was just an overnight stop, but I'll definitely come back. I should start heading down now, but I still want to do one final stop, the most iconic spot in Barrington Tops.
Here we are. The first.
This eerie, beautiful place is called the Firs. It was a test plantation for Douglas firs, trees more commonly found in Canada and Europe. Very little light penetrates the dense pine canopy, creating an otherworldly feel to this beautiful area. It was truly a dark forest. The weather changed quickly. Clouds raised overhead, sunlight flickering in and out. I even felt a few raindrops. Time to move on. I spotted a group of riders on the side of the road. They seems to be in a bit of trouble. I recognized their bike. They were the same group passed me yesterday. Turns out they camped nearby, but on the way down, one of their DR was losing tire pressure. I noticed the bicycle hand pump on the ground.
I have an electric pump if you
I
need.
do.
Yeah.
Jake was just like, I wonder if he has one. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
I do.
awesome.
Yeah,
I saw all your gear and I was like, oh, surely he's got a good pressure.
Might be easier.
Is it filling up? No, it's not even.
So it won't be an easy fix. Unfortunately, the rear wheel need to be off. I gotta hold off for a bit. However, it was always nice to help out a fellow rider, also chat with other like-minded people.
Alright guys,
See you later.
I'll see you in a bit.
I took off again, descending from Barrington Top. I passed the Dingle Gate and onto the same road I rode in yesterday. I needed to head down the mountain to meet up with my mates. Today I'll be joining a group with 3 other riders from Sydney. We agreed to meet at the Moonland Flat at 1:30 before continuing to the Nundle 20 Creeks. We'll spend the entire afternoon on the trail and arrive at the Nundle pub before 5 PM for some cold beer, if all went well. But as we all know, things rarely go to plan on my adventures.
I think going down the view is equally good, if not better. Oh, the gravel is quite slippery. Oh, cow. Take your time. Let's call mother. Okay, can you just stay here?
I arrived at the meeting point. There was no one there.
Nothing going on in this little town.
My mate texted again, said they will be running slightly late. Well, I don't mind waiting. It was a good chance to rest. With no place to fill up nearby, my best option is to wait here until they catch up. At least the boys will carry some supply to save me. It's a good plan, so I thought.
Monan Flat Pub. I think it has been shut for almost a year now. There's nothing going on. Dark cloud over there. I can hear the thunder a bit further down. So we might run into some shower. I bought 2 cans of beers yesterday and I have 1 can left. Now it's pretty warm, but I just so thirsty. I have to open it. It isn't much. I hope those snacks will give me enough energy to push through the 20 creek. I got what I wanted. I said I want to have a time to walk on this bridge. Now I have time to walk on the bridge. They should be here by now. Unless something went wrong. I've been staying here for 2 hours. It's super hot outside. I feel like 100 degrees.
The boys are running late and the 35-degree heat is relentless. I've reached a point of desperation. I was hot, I was thirsty, and I was getting extremely bored of waiting. But little did I know, the real test of the day was still waiting for me, just over the next ridge.
Cycling follow. 3, 2, 1.
In the next episode, my adventure becoming chaotic. I take on water crossing in every size and shape. I'll be riding stunning countryside dirt road, scrambling through trail after dark, and riding through pouring rain once again. There were so many things went wrong, and so many questions remain. Can I navigate the darkness to find my crew? Or will the 20 creeks be the end of the line?
Where did I do wrong?